Okay, and we're back. Let's see if these settings are any better. Looks like getting ourselves caught up here. VIX is down. Today should be an up day. Okay. All right, we should be all right, guys. Let's just do a quick speed test here. Do a quick speed test. Make sure that we're quickest settings here. Quick speed test. Should be a 3-second delay. Yep, looks like a 3-second delay on my end. We're good. All right, and we're back. What's up, Crown? I missed every trade this morning, brother, because I had some technical issues here, you could say. It is what it is. Maybe we dodged the bullet. So what I'm thinking here is everyone thinks that we're gonna fill this gap, and I think it's gonna mess with everyone. Maybe it'll happen, right? Maybe it'll happen, but I think the more likely event is that everyone thinks it's gonna get filled. So either it doesn't fill it right now, or it just blows right through it and just goes down to like 20,000. So I just think that we have to think about, volume is off, huh? Volume is off, you don't say. Volume is off, Mike. Really? There's no volume? My volume or the volume in the charts? Okay. How about now? Sorry, but is that a little better? I touched the mic, the off button. Is that better? Testing. Is it as good as always, or does it need more adjusting? Okay. Let's see if we can adjust that volume a little bit then. Maybe we can work. Let's see, sound, input, volume. Oh yeah, I see why. Okay. I don't know how that happened. Okay. Well, I turned it up now, so hopefully that's good. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn it up. Well, let me know if that works better, brother. I don't know how that happened, but we're good. Our delay is much better now. Our delay, I think I got it down to 3 seconds, and I think it'll stay with 3 seconds as long as we don't buffer. So I think we'll be good. All right, man. So let's see what's cooking here. Like I said earlier, I think that expect the unexpected is what I'm thinking here. Definitely expect the unexpected. All right, let's see what we got. 15-minute. Take any trades today, bud? Well, when you get a chance, no rush. Something's about to happen here. There's a lot of dumping going on right now. A lot of dumping. Looks like this is not going to hold. Crude switch when checked 3 minute versus 1 minute. One small miss, 5. Cool, man. You owe us some pull-ups. I did all your push-ups, dude. I banged out the last 200 this morning, so I'm all caught up. Let me see how many points this is. 38. Oof, that's pretty big. I'm thinking this is going to dump. I don't think this is going to hold. really don't think this is going to hold. It would have been nice to catch that short from here, from anywhere in here. I'm not sure if you guys are looking at the Nasdaq, but that's what I'm seeing right now. Nice, man. ES will dictate. You think so? ES hasn't closed the imbalances either? Okay. This is strange. Yeah, the reason I don't think this is going to hold is that we have a pretty nasty bearish divergences in here. A lot of sellers pushing down this. A lot of sellers are actually pushing down the price, even though the bulls are having a positive delta in here. We see the price still coming down. So if you look at this, this is pretty much even, and price is dropping. This may not look too good. This may blow right through that that gap. Let's take a look at the ES, like you said. How does the ES look? ES looks equally as bad. Same situation going on there. Their gap is at 58. $58.41. Yeah, we're about to dump. They're further from their gap. Yep. It may flash for sure. Let's see what happens here. I really want to get on a short. It's building up a 1 hour. This is going to be dumpville from here, guys. All signs point to dump. Yeah, the entry is the problem. I'm looking at this a little bit late. Because if you just take a short now, your stop loss is going to be 30 points away. Yeah, I'm going to see how this 3 minute closes out. Yeah, I like this short for real a lot. Here, all the way up to the VWAP. This short looks good. See what happens here at the daily. She's going. Man, she's going. I just think this opportunity right here is short. Big time. Just a little late to the party right now. Really kicking myself for that. 11:51. What's 11:51, Crown? That would have been the party entrance. Yeah, that was the entry. Yep. Line of 3 for sure. That was. But I think we might get a little bit of a retracement maybe before we dump, and if we do, I'm looking to go. So we just took liquidity. I think right now, since we took a little liquidity, we may come up a bit. Okay. All right, let's see if we can grow the cojones to actually take the short when it does come up to our level. All right, so where do I want to take it from? Ideally, I would like to take it from here, if we can get that opportunity, 577. I don't know if it'll make it to VWAP. 572, that's what you got in mind? Yeah, I think so. We'll see. If it starts to get really wicky here at 559, 560, I might even take it from here. Just expect the unexpected. We'll see how this stuff reacts when it gets to its levels. Close enough, yeah. All right. What do you think? We go in now, or we let it come up some? I think it's weak. I don't think it's gonna make it past these EMAs. It's got a lot of weakness going for it. And that's about it. Because it's bouncing right off these EMAs here. That's how I lost 500 on Friday. So reptile and control. Silver was insane in the overnight. Clean moves. That's how you lost 500 on Friday. Yeah, not being patient like me. Yeah, we're gonna be a little more patient right now, because last thing we want is to last thing we want here is to try to get all the missed opportunities we had this morning to kind of come back and bite us in the butt. We're just gonna play this as if we were just jumping on the screen right now at 9:30. We're not gonna let this mess with our head. We're just gonna look for the best opportunity right now. I think I like it at, like you said, 572, 577. Somewhere in here, all the way to VWAP will be good opportunity for a short. I see a lot of absorption there in these numbers. Might be able to drop again. NQ is a crazy kid, hopped up on sugar. Yeah, I call it Bitcoin on crack. It's got such wild moves. She's a wild girl. So I'm seeing right now, what I'm seeing, guys, is I'm seeing a bullish divergence here, which means we may pop a little. I'm seeing a bullish divergence here, and I'm seeing lower prices here. So this may lead to a little bit of a pump. I'm not sure if it's going to be sustained or if it's just going to come up to our numbers. But I'm almost inclined to take a quick long, depending on how bullish this move turns. Let's see if we have any trap shorts in here. We have some trap shorts here, trap shorts here. We could trap these. It might be a small pump. I'm just gonna take I think a small pop, small little long. See what happens here, and then look for the short. Give it a shot. If not, we got push-ups or squats, something coming my way. Got something coming my way either way. Either I got push-ups or I got some money coming my way. Did I just buy myself some push-ups? Did I just buy myself some push-ups? Not yet, not yet, not quite yet. Not quite yet. They might be coming though. Push-ups might be on their way. Waiting to see what that fast pop into the drop. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if I'm right here, because what I'm reading here is I'm reading that there is a bit of a divergence in here in buyers outpowering the sellers. So that's why I took that little scalp here, or a little opportunity, I should say. And it always looks the most bearish when it's the most bullish. So let's keep that in mind. So let's just see what happens here. No strength coming in. There it goes. You think 72? Let's see if 72 is in the cards. Yeah, it looks like some buyers are stepping in. Guess they don't want me to do push-ups. Buyers are starting to step in. Hopefully it's continued strength here. At 10 points in profit, we'll think about going. I'll just leave it for now. Give us a little bit of time. See a little strength. There's not a ton of strength, but there's some strength here. Buyers are still getting absorbed. Buyers are still getting absorbed. But I think they got a little more in them. I think they got a little more in them. If not, you know, we'll take our first L of the day. Okay. Hoping we see this pop. Right now, sellers are stepping in, trying to make sure that we do not get over that 550. It would make sense right now to see more downside. So I think I'm gonna have to close this in slight profits, but close it nonetheless. Can this turn positive? Can this turn green? All right, I'm gonna, just to play it safe, I'm gonna move this to break even and hope we get the upside move, because there is a lot of seller pressure here. We may have to change our idea if this doesn't hold. Yeah, it looks like it's not gonna hold. So I guess this might be the opportunity for the short. See how this 1 minute closes? I hope I wasn't right on that long, because I'd be really upset. Yeah, I see that too on the EMAs. But I think it may not give us an opportunity to go any higher. Looks like sellers are really stepping in here. Let's see how this 3 minute, we got 20 seconds left in this 3 minute. Ten seconds left. I might try a tight short here. We'll see how it happens here. See how this candle closes. Welcome back, says Orange One. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate your patience this morning. Hopefully this makes us a better streamer, all the lessons we learned this morning. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh man, we should have kept it open. Why'd you tell me to close it, Crown? This is all your fault, Crown. I still gotta do those push-ups though, or squats or something. Because I gotta stop out. So let me write that down now. 10:28. We gotta do one. Okay. Yeah, I see some. Yeah, man, that was the right idea. That was the right idea. I just got shaken out. Weak hands. Crown, I'm just messing with you, dude. Whenever I tell you it's your fault, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, man. I'm disappointing Rafa right now. In the book of Rafa, it says that thou shalt not paper hand. I'm going to try this. I think I'm going to try this. And I might have to do some more push-ups for you. But I'm seeing some seller pressure here. Oh, yeah, I was too early. Yeah, I'm too early. They're going to get a pop right now. Buyers are going to get a pop right now. Yeah, I read this wrong. I'm going to take my licking now, I think. If this thing goes to break even, I'm going to take my licking now. We got a quick little drop. Okay. Not yet. You got your short ready at 576. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this price action right now. It's so uncertain right now. I think I'm just gonna close this out in a little profit. That way, I don't owe you any push-ups. Not liking it one bit. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, buyers are still trying to come in here. Yeah, getting stopped out. A lot of mixed signals here. A lot of mixed signals here. Buyers are relentless here. They're looking to go for that stop loss. Yeah, buyers are pretty strong here. They look good. Should have kept that long bias from earlier. Yeah, I'm getting stopped out. I think I'm getting stopped out soon. I'm out. Another 50 push-ups or pull-ups or squats. We still in selling zone. Yeah. Yep. Still looking for a possible entry here. Still looking stronger though than it is weaker. I should have kept that long bias I had because I saw this and I second guessed myself. I should not do that. That stop loss. Sometimes stop losses end up costing me more money than they make me. I don't know if that ever happens to you guys when go to break even and just doesn't work out a lot of times. It taps it and goes. Still looking for a short, probably at 577. Yeah, break even is better than a stop loss for sure. For 500, yeah, that is pretty. You had a pretty wide stop loss there, dude. If you lost 500, unless you were, he had multiple contracts up, we would have been hitting our take profit right now, Crown. But get ready for that possible short at 577 or VWAP. Or one contract, you probably had a wide stop loss, dude. You probably had like a 20-point stop loss, 25-point stop loss. Maybe, well, I don't know how silver trades. I don't know. Maybe, it wasn't that much because I'm just basing that off of my knowledge with the NQ, but it's probably different. Silver is 250. You know, the one thing I will recommend to you, brother, is that if you're newer to trading, just try to trade one asset, maybe two at the most, because every asset has its like little nuances, little moves. So I would say become a master of one or two first, and then see if if going into a different direction might be better. Like I've been working on NQ, just NQ alone for 2 years, and I still don't know all of its habits. And this is blowing right into our zone here. And it looks like it might want to go for VWAP. Should have kept our long bias. I'm such an idiot. Barely had any shakeout, and I don't know why I went to break even. I saw this candle and I got nervous. It was absorption. By absorption. Didn't like it. Played myself. I played myself. All right, we'll keep our eyes open. We'll keep our eyes open. This week, our goal, guys, is to try to get our FTT accounts to pay out. So we're going to take nothing but the most solid trades with our FTT. And if we feel a little degenerate, we've got our one micro that we could shoot out there. You couldn't be more right, Crown. It'll drop 25 points just to do a quick little shakeout. Couldn't be more right, brother. Looks like we got our 572 level that Crown mentioned earlier. Are we coming in? Are you in the short, brother? I don't see the short yet myself personally. I don't see it yet. You think you would have left your TP open to 4,000? And you're waiting too, huh? You know what? I'll say, Crown, I don't think the wider stop loss is the answer. I think the answer is always a better entry. Because I would rather hear you got stopped out with a tight stop loss first, and then you re-entered at a lower price. That's what I would rather hear you say, because pushing your stop loss to try to make your trade work is a very slippery slope. I've been there, done that, and it leads to stop loss elimination altogether. Yeah, NQ is erratic. It's erratic, but it also, if you watch it long enough, it's very erratic, but if you watch it long enough, it all makes sense. And the moves are actually, I don't know if the right word is, they're very beautiful if you look at it. Like after the day's over and you go back and you look at the moves, you're like, wow, this thing is a perfect killing machine. It just goes for liquidity and it just does everything you think it's not going to do. So in a way, it's like, yeah, it's erratic, but also it's perfect. You know, the way its intent is to just grab liquidity. So your real job is to not end up being that liquidity. You know, you have to always expect the unexpected. Like here, everything was pointing to shorts, but then I saw the volume pick up for the buyers here. I saw that we were getting a bullish divergence, and I went in long and I shook myself out and I went to break even and I got stopped out. We would have taken profits on that right now. We would have taken profits on it. Yeah, we were like 50 cents away, but I think we would have closed it. Looks like we're going a little higher still, though. I don't think that was it. Erratic she is, for sure. Erratic. And that's putting it nicely. Sometimes this thing is just like a wild girl. Crazy. Like, we all know she wants to close this gap. We all know these gaps get closed majority of the time. But how she'll do it is what'll mess everybody up. Because there were so many people getting short here because they're like, oh, it's going for the gap, it's going for the gap. And here also, oh, it's going for the gap, it's going for the gap. Even here probably, like, oh, it's going to go right for the gap. And it doesn't go for the gap in that moment. It'll go for the gap once it starts looking bullish. It'll start looking bullish, it'll cross over VWAP, people start going long, then it'll go for the gap. And that's why it's so beautiful, because it's just meant to do everything you don't think it's going to do. Okay, now I see. Yeah, so Crown, if you start seeing more up than down, then make an argument for the opposite in your head. Like, oh, this would be a perfect opportunity to go short. Since I'm seeing it bullish, it might. What is the opposite case? You always have to make a case for the opposite of what you're thinking, and see if that makes any sense too. Because I've always done that to myself, where I've like, oh, this is definitely going down. This is definitely going up. And then after it goes in the opposite direction of what I was thinking, I was like, oh my God, the signs were so obvious. Why didn't I pay attention? Because I had such a bias in my mind that it had to go in that direction, that I ignored all the signs of the other one. It's called the cognitive bias. And sometimes you just gotta, like Bruce Lee said, be like water, just flow. You're seeing 545 and then going up into the 600s. Let's look at that. 545. So you think a little retracement. 545. 545. And then a pop, huh? Okay. $5.45, then the pop. Okay. My initial idea was a short from this area here. I'm just not seeing the short absorption right now. I'm just seeing regular moves. I like to see absorption when we have pivots. So I'm gonna give it a minute. 8 concurrent viewers and 1 like, guys. Let's do something about that. I appreciate you guys for being here either way. All right, so today we're looking to make some money here with FTT, and we're also looking to make some money with Webull. Right now we're seeing somewhat of the market trying to make a pivot back to the downside. I just don't believe it yet. We're still bouncing off the lower time frame EMAs. I'm thinking here that we may have a little more upside still. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Got a little bit of a late start here, but we are here. That's what matters. That's all that matters. So along the way down, we were getting a lot of buyer absorption, which leads me to believe that there might be some iceberg orders in here, some bigger orders in here around the VWAP. That's why VWAP could be a very nice place to look to get short from, or quite possibly maybe a double top here at 617. Something. I just know that there are sellers in here. So if we get past it, we can get past it as well, and we can move up. And let's see where the overnight high is. Okay. Friday. So we got Friday's high at 708. We got our session opening range at 617. We got a random thing here. Okay. So we got overnights at 677. We got a session high at 617. We got our VWAP under that at 588. And right now it looks like the market is trying to pick up some liquidity for its next leg up. Oh, now it's getting some absorption. Okay, we're getting some absorption now. Getting some absorption. Now we're getting some absorption, so that changes things. Let's see what happens here. All right. This move down is also being supported with negative delta. I'm still thinking that we get a little bit more upside. Maybe get a pop like Crown was saying at 545. That's where we are right now, 545. Let's see if we have a little pop here and come back up. Could be, could be. There she goes. Take the long. The long may not actually be that bad of an idea, to be honest. As crazy as it sounds, it may not be that bad of an idea. I'll be right back, guys. Ay, ay, ay. Looks like we got a fight on our hands here. Looks like we got a little bit of a fight. I guess our original plan was the right one. Long from 520, short from 577, or somewhere in that range. Yeah, I can't tell if she's falling or shaking either, but she might be getting this. She might be getting this bounce off the trend line. So I'm thinking it might happen. Could be. Could be getting. There we go. I think that's what it might be. Mostly falling. That is true, Orange. But we could be getting the move up right now. Looks like that was bought up pretty quickly. That was bought up pretty quickly. Let's see what's going on in here. Okay, mostly sellers in here. Mostly sellers, which is a good thing for bulls. What does she want to do? Sell off some more? Sellers are a bit relentless right now, picking up some steam. Come on, girl. What are you gonna do? Remember, guys, this is Monday. Market tends to do a lot of wacky things, and not only that, but we have a huge lineup of earning reports this week. A lot of the major tech companies are reporting, so there will be a lot of volatility. A lot of volatility coming up this week for sure. This move is pretty strong. Looks like we're back into the lows of the session. Not quite take out the liquidity from 516 yet, but we're there. We're close, very close. Very close. Just expect the unexpected. This is a bit of a demand zone. A bit of a demand zone. Let's see if anything changes in here. So original idea was on point, but she started being herself and I would have gotten shaken out. Yeah. I mean, it's very true, man. You have an idea in mind and on paper it sounds so good. But then when she starts doing her thing where she likes to stair step up, like she did here, stair step up, you know, like do one of these EKGs, you know, that's when things get kind of, that's when things get kind of iffy. But then after you look at it, after it's made its move, you're like, oh man, if I was just held, right? Orange, does my screen have a lot more resolution now than before? Just want to make sure you guys are getting a good experience on your end. Okay. Which way is she gonna go? Thank you, brother. That was a 1K drop. Yeah, it was. 55, 30, 570, 50 points. Yeah, you're right. You're very right about that. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna give it, it's a very cheap short for me because previous lows right there. Just let it be, let it do its thing. If we get to move up, I think we might test VWAP. Again, I could be wrong about this. I could get stopped out right now, but it's a cheap one. It's a cheap entry. I might re-enter it if I get stopped out because it's pretty down there. This is a demand zone and we're getting the delta coming up in our favor for, not for us, but I mean just delta coming up in general. And it is an area where a lot of people are probably thinking more down and it's a demand zone. So it's, you know, we're trying. Could be something. Battle at the daily open, though, I'll tell you that much. Battle at the daily open. This could turn ugly. But again, it's, what are we risking here? We are risking 22, like 5 or 6 points. Yeah, we're risking about 5 or 6 points here to make a lot more than that. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. Yeah, she's looking pretty strong. Okay, currently risking 4 points. Currently risking 3.5 points to make a bit more. This is exactly what the market likes to do. Exactly what the market loves to do. Now we are getting that bullish divergence here on the 12 minute. It's looking very good for the bulls at the moment. See how long she can rip for. Let's see where we are right now. I'm going to check something out. Okay. I may want to hold this for a little bit. 5 minute, bang. It's a double dip. 100 points would be 68. I think we may get 100 points out of this move, guys. We could. I'm not saying we will, but we might test 617 before this thing reverses. If it does reverse, it may not do it because everyone thinks we're going to fill the gap. So because everyone thinks we're going to fill the gap, it's not going to fill the gap. You understand? Like, that's just my thinking. Because what would I want to do if I wanted to take the most amount of money from people? I would make it seem as if I was going to do something and then not do it. The most obvious thing that everyone thinks is usually not what's going to happen. Now, if we get past this level here at 558, it's going to be looking pretty good for the bulls. Pretty good. Thank you for the likes, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, something really cool happens when you subscribe. We're testing out some new overlays. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet to the channel, just hit that subscribe button just to see a cool little animation that pops up whenever we get a new sub. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to hit notifications so you guys can be alerted when I go on. Usually we come on around 9:30, well 9:15, 9:30. Might have to start trying some different times too. I heard the overnight session gets a lot of views, so we'll see. One of these days we'll play it by ear. Maybe we'll just do it to hang out one night, like a hangout stream, and watch the markets, take some micro trades. Okay, we're up pretty nicely in profits right now, so I'm gonna go to break even at the daily open and just leave it there, just so we can keep an eye on my profit here, and I can just keep an eye. I think it's gonna go 100 points, so we're gonna do it like your boy crown. We're gonna go for 100 points. 613. I know we're gonna get a rejection at the VWAP, but we'll just see what happens at VWAP. I have a feeling it might blow through. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm in a trade, buddy. I took that long from 520. I took that long from 521. I'm gonna let this thing ride all the way to 613. It'll be almost 100 points if we do get that. Anything can happen. I could be completely wrong and get stopped out here, but at least I won't get stopped out at break even, so I won't owe you any push-ups or pull-ups. As a matter of fact, since we got some time to kill, might as well give you the 50 push-ups now. 45 push-ups stronger right now. I mean, sorry, 45 or 50 push-ups stronger. And knock one of those out. All right, so we're exercising our hold muscle here, guys. Trying to see if we can hold this trade. Maybe we may be wrong. We may get stopped out here, but if you don't try, you'll never get it. So we're holding a little trade here. And just because I think it's going to go up, we have to also think, what about the opposite? Can we make a case for the opposite? Can we? Yes, we can make a case for the opposite because we did have a lot of volume in here and it got it right up to that point and then reversed on us. So can it get rejected permanently from there? Yes, it can. And if we're wrong, we're wrong. We're ready to take that beating, but just gotta see how the next few minutes play out. Trying to hold here, see if we can make some money on this one little micro trade, which is possible. But it looks like it's coming back for us. But it always does. It always looks like it's coming back for you. When doesn't it look like it's coming back for you? But this was a hell of a candle though, on the 15 minute. I'm almost inclined to add to the short, add to the position. I might just do that. See how this candle plays out. I'm gonna add one. So we added to our winning position here, guys. Something I'm trying to get more in the habit of doing. It's because I really didn't see anything too strong against my idea right now. I'm still thinking my idea has a better shot at playing out than a drop right now, but if I'm wrong, I'm slightly in profits on one, and on the other one, I think on the other one, what I'll do is I'll move my stop at the same place as that one. So it'd be a very small loss. Very small loss if that plays out. So it'll be slightly in profits on one, and slight loss on the other if we get stopped out. But if we're right, then we'll do well on just these two little micros. Let's see what happens here. We need buyers to start stepping in. Okay, buyers are stepping in. Looks like they want to, at least. Higher time frames look pretty good. It's just like 12 tells us a lot. The 15 is looking very bullish. This candle was crazy bullish on the 15. Right now we're looking to reclaim this area for the bulls. See if we get this to come up a bit. If we do get this to go in our favor, we're going to peel one off at the VWAP, and then we'll let another one ride for 100 points. Maybe after taking profit at the VWAP and we like what we see, we may enter another long. Because I'm expecting a little bit of, you know, whatever happens at the VWAP, a little choppiness. If we even get that high, looks right now like the sellers are still trying to push us down. Again, if they do, slightly in profits. Second one is slightly out of profits, but we'll have pretty break-even trade on that. We need buyers to step in. It's 12:53. We're at the lunch hour. Doesn't even feel like it already. Okay, sellers are stepping in. Sellers are taking over. Sellers are beating these bulls over the head. Bulls are trying to make a comeback here, but can it happen? Hold on, guys. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, I should have taken profits. I should have taken profits. What do we do, guys? Looks like sellers are coming for us. These damn sellers. These damn sellers are coming for us, guys. Abort! Abort! Sell everything. It does look like a pretty strong move, though. I ain't gonna lie. Most likely get stopped out here, but it looks like we might be making that flush down now. We might be making that flush down. We'll see what happens here in the next minute or so. Thank you for the likes, guys. You're awesome. All right, so we saved by a few ticks right now, but let's see if that can hold. Tell you what, though, man, they're making us work for it. Are they they're collecting more orders, I believe. Yeah. Volume's looking pretty good, though. I ain't gonna lie, volume's looking all right. It's a little messy, though. Got a couple trap shorts in here. Maybe not as many as the market would like. Maybe it wants a little bit more. It's got 137 here, 131, 177, 216. We've got some, but maybe not as many as the market would like. Okay. Pretty much in a risk-free trade here, guys, if it goes against us. But I will actually move it up a bit because it looks like we are getting to that point. Wow, we are so close to to getting stopped out here. We're very close to getting stopped out. Everything's at break even right now. If we get a drop, I would say it's pretty much imminent for us to get a taken out of this trade right now. Pretty imminent. We're less than, I would say, 3 ticks away. She may have a little bit of a nasty dump right now, guys. She may be angry. She may be angry. She may be angry. We will see. I'm expecting a little nasty drop. 12-minute is setting up for a bearish divergence, though. 12-minute is looking very bearish. At the moment, we have 2 minutes and 54 seconds left. Oh, did we get tapped out? Oh, looks like we did. We got tapped out. All right, break evens. That's my middle name. I should have taken profits. I should have taken profits. Should be my middle name. All right, looks like we're getting bearish divergence now on the 12-minute, which is not a good sign for the bulls. Let's see this here. That means the buyers are getting absorbed. Buyers are getting absorbed, and sellers are looking to head down and close that gap. But maybe this is where we go long. Is this where we go long? Is this where the market turns? Not sure, guys, not sure. I'd like to see a little bit more strength before we do anything. Oh, man. I had a lot of push-ups to do. I guess that counted as, I think that counted as 2. So we have a lot. Kid's gonna get buff over here, but not make any money. Okay. Now does she want to do it? Now does she want to do it? Now does she want to come up? Made sense, right? Just come down a little bit more, tap everybody out. 12 minutes still doesn't look good. Okay. We got 37 seconds left in our 12-minute. We have 30 seconds also in our 3-minute. Right now things are looking pretty neutral, I will say, because this is giving us signals of buyer absorption on the 12-minute. 3-minute is giving us some signs of buyers wanting to step in. Yeah, guys. 12-minute close bearish, really bearish. 3-minute is looking like it's going to get more downside. I'm looking for an opportunity to take a trade in here somewhere. And our opportunity might come at around this level here, 50. I like to take it at 40. That's a line in the sand. Okay, we're gonna see what happens with this 3-minute candle. Looks like sellers are not having it, guys. Looks like sellers are not having it. Buyers are being quite stubborn here. Quite the stubborn bunch of bulls. Again, mixed signals again. I don't like this mixed signal stuff. This could make a setup for a nice short if we decide to take it. We're going to see how this 1-minute plays out here. This 3-minute has 1 minute left in it. We'll see how. Yeah, sellers are there, guys. Sellers are at that line that I drew here. This is where I'd like to take a short from, and there it goes. And there it goes. And there it goes. I should have just took it from here. Okay. Buyer's trying to make a comeback. Not sure if they'll be strong enough. They just grabbed a whole bunch of liquidity. I'm thinking that we're going to see how this price action gets up here to these wicks, and then we'll make a decision what we do here. But that bullish divergence we're getting right now is looking pretty strong for the bulls, because we're getting on the 12 and we're getting it on the 3. So whatever you think is going to happen, make an argument for the opposite. So I'm thinking I want to take a short, but what if it wants to actually go higher? All right, we got bullish divergence here. Can the volume pick up here? Can the volume pick up in the direction where the bulls want to go? I think that would make a lot of sense, because this took out a ton of late longs here. Could be making its way for a long because of that. But the short in my thesis would be, we had buyer absorption in this candle all the way up to 550, and we have that gap down below us. But the bullish argument looks pretty strong too, because everyone thinks we're going down. That's the thing. Everyone thinks we're going down, including myself. So the more likely scenario is that it goes up. But we could be wrong. So whichever way you decide to go, I think the line in the sand is going to be somewhere in this 540, 550 area. It may go higher. It looks pretty strong. Volume's kicking in. Yeah, the volume is actually following now. Which one is it though? Is it the long or the short? Yeah, so many different mixed signals here, guys. We're gonna have to try it either way, though. We have to try it. We're getting bullish and bearish divergences. We're getting a mixed bag of both. We're getting a mixed bag of both. Let's look at the structure. The structure looks very weak. Looks quite weak. In the meantime, we have price coming up. This could be another reason why we might get a rejection. Might be getting a rejection due to this. Could be seeing a rejection due to the not only the high volume node we have here at 558. We also have this downward trend line. We have sellers present here where we had the absorption. We have volume creeping up, but not as much as I would like for a long just yet. Okay, so What does she want to do? Very mixed signals here, guys. We have an argument for both that are very strong. Bulls are looking like they're going to overtake that 544, that 558 is where the high volume node is. Right now, 550 seems to be a psychological barrier as well. We'll see what happens at 550. I'm not sure what may happen here. We're at 545. Kind of stuck at 545. We're up at 549, 550. We just missed 550 now. We're at 550. This market will not make it easy for you to make a dime. Very difficult decision to make here. Is this going up? Is this thing going down? Looks like we're getting some buy absorption now. I'm gonna take a real quick, cheap, short. If I'm wrong here, guys, it'll cost me about 4 points and some push-ups. It could cost me 4 points and some push-ups. I'm going to try it here too. I'm going to try it on both. We're going to try it on both here. Hoping we're right. Going to break even here, guys. We're hoping here for a little push. Come on, little push. We just need a little push. A little push down would be nice. Little push down, little push down. Come on. Just a little push down. We need a little push down. Little push down. Come on. Just a little more down. Please, just a little more down. You got this. Come on. Come on. We're going to protect this one. Come on. We need some down. We need some down price. We need just a little quick drop down to 517. Quick price drop down to 517 will be good on FTT. That would be very nice for us. We need a quick 517 drop. Looks like we're getting something. We're getting something. Not sure if it's the move we're looking for, but we're getting something. Come on, 517. We need 517 here, guys. It will be made in the shade. 517. Come on, 517. Come on, 517. Can we get 517? Okay, looks like we got the one. Can we get 517? Come on. What is going on right now? We're frozen again. We're frozen again. Don't do this to me. Okay, 517. Come on. Come on, 517. Come on, 517. 517. Come on and smack 517. You could do it. 517. Oh, you're like a tick away. Come on, come on. You got this. Come on. 517. 517. I want to be like Rafa. Yeah, we got it, guys. We got 517. That puts us sitting pretty for the day. Sitting pretty. Oh, so pretty. 510 on the day, guys. That sits us very nicely at a little over $10,000, which is right in the range of what we're looking for. And better than that, I don't have to do any push-ups. Okay, we're up 25 bucks on Webull. Okay, guys, 10 grand. And I think we had more in her. Did she have more in her? It went down to 513. Now it's coming back. So I think 517 was a good place to take that, which is nice. Hey, if you guys are new here, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe, I want to see this animation that we have going on. If you subscribed and an animation did not play, I'm trying some new settings on OBS, then just write it in the chat that, hey, you subscribed and nothing happened, so I could do some back testing and see what's going on. All right, so we made enough money on Webull for some Chipotle, and we made enough money on an FTT to pretty much say that we're good on the day there. Our goal is to hit 800 for the day. So maybe we should have left the trade open just a little bit longer, but that was the safe bet. That was a safe move in my perspective. In my perspective. I like to see. Okay. 13 viewers, 5 likes, guys. Let's do something about that. All right, we might be getting a little bit of a bounce here off the previous trend line that we're on. Maybe not though. Maybe just a little bit. And it come off the daily open. Very happy with that trade we took. To be honest with you guys, I'm very happy with that for many reasons. Just one of the main reasons is because I'm using a lot of psychological analysis in the trade itself, just to see like, okay, it looks bullish, right? It was looking really bullish, but then in my head I'm like, yeah, but also it looks bearish because we have this absorption in here on the 12-minute, which is signified by this purple candle. We have this buyer absorption here that exists, and then we have the bulls coming in trying to push the price up. So any rejection of this wick signals to me that there's a chance for a short. Then the beauty of that trade is that if I want to play that and it rejects that wick, then I can put my stop loss right at the top of that wick that we just hit, and then take it with like 3 or 4 points of a stop loss. You don't have to make it a very expensive trade. So if it would have went against us, I wouldn't have taken out a full stop loss. I would have taken out just a few points. That's why I really like those kinds of trade setups when it retests previous areas of supply or demand, because there's supply here, because we can tell because this candle was pushed down heavily and it closed out in purple, which means that there was a buyer absorption. So that signals to me that, hey, whatever the next candle does, keep an eye out for this wick here, because we could drop from that wick. And that's exactly what it did, and made for a perfect entry and it made for a perfect stop loss. So that's why we played that one. I think we played that one perfectly. So the next opportunity right now for us is would have been this bounce, but there's really no setup for that bounce. That's just a lucky bounce. It's looking around 1 hour. Yeah, we're getting pretty close. We're getting pretty close to closing that. Yeah, right now it looks like more than likely, right? People are thinking, okay, we're so close to closing up that gap, we might as well just close it now, right? That's what we're thinking. But in actuality, it may go back up right now and then come back down after touching VWAP or something, you know, because then that'll really mess people up. That'll mess you up big time, thinking that it's coming back right now. All right. RSIs are all messed up right now, all screwy. That 12-minute is clutch, man. That's why I tell you guys, I like the 12-minute. The 12-minute is clutch. We had buyer absorption in here. So then if you would have taken a trade from here, stop loss up here, which is a hell of a big stop loss, but it gave you all of this. It gave you 60 points almost. And then when I saw that here again, and then we followed by a bullish one, I'm like, well, this could close bullish, but we'll get at least enough to make something, you know? So I was expecting the bottom of these wicks when we got it. So let's see what happens now. Like right now, the thing that would mess people up the most right now would be to get a pump, an unexpected pump from here up to VWAP. Because right now people are like, oh, it's gonna keep going lower. Let's check out our trap shorts in here. See if we got some more trap shorts with this last move, and I think we do in here, right? But we also have imbalances in here. So this thing could be coming up just to close out any imbalances in this candle and then come back down, right? It may not need to go to VWAP, but it could go to VWAP. We've got 700 trap shorts in here, guys. That's a lot. That signals to me that this might be a bullish move now. 700. That's huge. So 515, we have 700 more contracts that are trapped right now in a short position. So right now we could go. We could go up, guys. This could be a bullish move. Keep that in mind. This could be bullish. I like to see a little bit of I would like to see a little bit of a retracement back to these levels, maybe in here, back to daily open, because I don't think the bulls will allow it to get back to here because these are trapped people here, but they would allow it to get back here to daily open because there's nobody trapped, and well, I'm sure there's some people trapped, but there's more buyer volume here, and it's also the daily open, so that could be something. Yeah, right now we're looking pretty bullish, guys, pretty bullish. This is the bullish case right now. I'm telling you, I think this is a good move. This is definitely going to be a substantial move because we have tons of trapped sellers in here. So this might give us enough to get the VWAP. We just passed the high volume node, no problem. It said see you later at 540. It's climbing. She's a climbing. Yeah, maybe we should have kept our eyes open for this trade. She's a runner. She's a track star. She's running, girls and boys. Okay. Wow, look at that volume. Really kicked in. Look at this volume, guys. Really, really kicked in. So any retracement here, guys, is gonna get bought up. Any retracement is gonna get bought up big time. I like to see something in here. If we get this, I'd like to see something. But we probably won't get it now because it's so strong. They probably won't even get the retracement. Let's see. Tons of trap shorts, huh? Tons of them. She's tons of fun. Yeah, this is going to end up being a very bullish candle once this thing closes in 2 minutes, if it stays this way. Okay. Very bullish, indeed. Oof, super strong. Things getting super strong. One minute and 30 seconds left on the 12 and the 1. And this thing is looking like a rocket ship. We may need to send it for a couple points. Hopefully we we get it. 570. Just for a couple points. I just need a couple points, man. Just give me a couple points. That was a bit of a chase on my part, taking this trade right now. But I'm experimenting right now with this 1 micro because I tend to not chase price at all, and price just keeps going. So right now, after we got that liquidity grab, big liquidity grab in my opinion, with the 700 trap contracts, I'm wondering if this thing is going to be bullish enough to hold this 540, or is it just going to tap me and go? You know, if that was paper trading, I'd probably have my stop loss down here, but that's way too big. Not trying to really take an L that big if I'm wrong, but it may have a bullish it may have a bullish move here. Not looking too good for me right now at the moment. It's looking like it wants to stop me out, or any late longs for that matter. And I think that's why I'm just going to be liquidity for this move. I may just end up being liquidity for this move, but we'll find out soon enough. Okay, buyers may be bailing me out right now. Buyers might be bailing me out. We'll see. We'll see. Usually it doesn't work out that easily. Okay. Buyers are still trying. They're still trying here. I don't think they're trying hard enough. We just need you to try to 569. Just try to 569 and we'll be good. Let's see if she can try all the way to 569. Thinking I might be wrong on this move, guys, because it's taken forever to get past 550 and make some kind of support there. Okay, but I have a good feeling about this move. I just can't get my stop loss as low as I'd like, but I really didn't want to miss that this opportunity, because I'm pretty sure it's going to go somewhat up, maybe make a double top up here. Is the most likely thing it will do. And then the next most likely thing it'll do is maybe go to VWAP. All I know is that we have 700 more trap shorts in here than we do longs. So that gave me a really good indication that we may creep up. Oh man, this thing is just nasty. It's just coming back for more and more liquidity. Come on, girl. You don't have to come back. Just go. Come on, girl. I don't know if anyone else noticed that the timing on my trade on FTT and the trade on Webull was different. There was lag between the two. I'm not sure if the spreads are different or if the lag is different. Something's different. If anybody knows the answer to that, please let me know. Yeah. We got 20 seconds left on our 3-minute candle, hoping that we can get some swift move up. Right now it's not looking too good. So since our FTT is being simulated, that means that we're probably getting a delayed move. Oh, I'm about to get stopped out. I'm about to have to do 50 more push-ups. Right now I owe plenty of push-ups. I owe 150 push-ups right now. So I hope I don't have to owe another 50. May have to, if we can get past our little range here and we can make it over 550, I'll just drop and do the 50 and do some 50 push-ups now, because I need to kill some time before we start moving things around, you know, like moving stop losses and things like that. We need to start getting into the habit of just leaving our trades and let them play. But right now our long is still looking kind of on a chopping block here. I do think they'll be coming down and grab up these late longs like they just did me right here. They did me dirty. They did me dirty. Okay, so I might as well do them now. Still like the loan though, just not from there. So my experiment did exactly what I thought. No more late entries. All right, it's looking bearish again. Believe it or not, I change my mind every 2 seconds here, but it's looking bearish again. All right, we're down 50 more. So far, we done 100 on stream, 200 this morning at the gym. Got about 300 push-ups in for the day. If you guys don't know what we're doing, every time we got to trade wrong or break even, I got to hit 50 push-ups or 50 squats. Today will be my push-up day. Maybe tomorrow we'll do legs. Oy, oy. 12 minutes not looking good at all. There is major seller pressure from 550 to where we currently are right now at the high volume node at 537. A lot of seller pressure in here. The buyers are getting absorbed like crazy. $548. Yeah, Crown. We don't. I don't always get my fills in at the exact same price. But to be honest with you, with Motive Wave, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. I can't complain. Thinking this is gonna dump. Thing looks really dumpy. Crown, are you taking a short anytime? It's looking kind of dumpy right now. You waiting for a long? I hear you, brother. Let's see what this market does. See what this market decides to do. Mm. 12 minutes looking pretty strong, Crown. Or that noise on the lower time frame on the 3 has gotten eaten up. Should have been a little more patient for that long. It's looking a little better now. Patience is the key I see here. a lot of choppiness here. Yeah, you know what? You're right about that. Getting a hell of a lot of choppiness in here. Yeah. Super choppy. Not sure if maybe we should be keeping an eye on maybe the range here, right? This has kind of been the range, right? Just like, it's just been doing that. Very deceiving price action right here. Still think we have some unfinished business to the upside though, because we still got that bunch of trapped shorts down at a lower level that we just tapped at 510, 508, 515. I think is where the majority of the trapped shorts are. And right now it's looking pretty good for the bulls. Looks like that they're setting up right now some. Looks like they're setting up a base right now. 540 might be their base here. I lose too much money in ranges. As soon as I think I figured it out, they break and change ranges or finally give the move. Yeah, no, you're right. But the thing about this range right now is that we have the trap shorts, we have the seller absorption here, we have the high volume kicking in for the bulls. So I can make a really strong argument that this will be the breakout. And right now I'm seeing here on the lower time frames that we're having more seller absorption here. So depending how this candle may close, this could be a good place for a stop loss here at 541. It could be a good place for a stop loss. Depending on what the next candle does, it may be an opportunity to look at a trade. So this right here could be a buyer demand zone. So if what we do is we, for instance, let me give you guys my point of view here, my idea. So since we know this is a demand zone, if we come up here, let's say our next candle is bullish, and then we have the next candle that comes back down, we know that there's a high likelihood that it could bounce from here because there's buyer demand in here, because the buyers are absorbing the sellers in this range, because there were more buyers interested in this range than there were, well, the buyers were more aggressive at this range than the sellers. Even though the sellers had controlled the volume, buyers are still moving the price up. So we know that if we come up on the next candle and then come down on the third candle, we know there's a good likelihood that if we take a really cheap long in here, putting our stop loss right underneath the wick of that candle, and then coming back up, that could be a potential trade that I'd like to take if we do something like that. That could be something. Just to give you guys an idea of how I look at price and how I look at price action. If this does play out, it's something I'd be interested in. What I did earlier with taking that long from here, just to see if, basically I was just being a reckless idiot, just thinking, okay, well, it's pumped a lot. We've trapped shorts. Is this thing going to make a beeline for the VWAP? And I was willing to risk 10 points to find out. And I took the L on that. It was only 10 points. Yeah, it's 10 points. We took the L on that. But if we see it potentially do something like this, it could be good. But right now it looks like we don't really have that bullish absorption. We didn't have because it closed red. So that candle now invalidates my thesis because I don't see what I saw before. But if I were to see, for instance, maybe this one close yellow with buyers absorbing the sellers, then I would still play out this idea. But as of right now, I don't like that idea anymore. Right now, it's looking more like a likely reversal at this moment with the candles that I've seen so far printing. So right now, it could be a reversal. Right now, also, depending on what happens with this candle, this could be setting up for the buyer absorption and then something like that. But we don't know because anything can happen. And if we knew what the future brought, then we'd be definitely not on YouTube. That reversal looking kind of possible right now. Again, we could possibly see a little bit of a reversal down to the daily open, like I mentioned before. Maybe that's where Crown is thinking about taking his long. Reason why, because it's a major level, number one, and because they're going to try to defend that 515 level by all means, because we have so many trapped sellers in there. So I do think that the daily open could make a nice place for a long as well. We'll see. We'll see. The daily open's got some oomph. So good news, guys, for me at least. FTT has been making the rounds of payouts. So that makes me feel good because I'm trying to be in the running for a payout by the end of the week or maybe next week. We're on track right now to have the necessary amount of money in there. The new rules state that we have to have a $2,500 buffer after we take our payout, and the max payout on my account is $2,000 per account. So that means I want to get my account to $4,500 in order to put in for my requests. So $4,500 is the target, guys. Okay, now it's looking a little stronger. It's looking a little stronger now. I don't know why I have that there. Okay. Yeah, there was definitely demand in here because look at the way that this candle shot up. It came up with a very quick move up. That means that buyers are present in here. There's demand here at 535. We may not get it again. What I wanted to see here, we kind of saw here. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new here, I want to try out this function that OBS has. Well, these settings I put on OBS. If you guys subscribe, there should be something really cool that happens on screen. It's like an animation that plays. I heard oil's been dumping today. I heard oil's been on a bit of a dump. I don't know if that's political or what, but it's something. Let's see. You guys know that in a lot of states, I think you could start voting this week. I think I might go out to some early voting. Yeah, oil's looking 67, 60. It's just ranging. ES is doing a little better than the Nasdaq right now. ES got a bit of a double toppy thing going on at the VWAP. Looking like it wants to try to get it back up to early morning highs here at 58.81. We'll see. Still got some work to do before we get there. But the NQ is trying to make some moves here. All right, right now we're just sitting and waiting for the right trade. We're at the top of this range currently, but I'm thinking this range might get breached before. I don't know if it'll make another attempt down here at these lows. Could make an attempt down here to daily open. Maybe even attempt here to 541. No, 533, sorry, 533, because there is demand in that little area. If it doesn't have enough to go now, I may try this again. The better trade that I'd like to see would be a trade to the daily open and what kind of a reaction we get there, and then up. Either way, could be something. Careful with ranges, guys. Like Crown said, ranges are very, very tricky things. Very tempted here to see it bounce off the daily open trade. It's been kind of nasty though this morning. We're expecting a lot of moves that never showed. Luckily for us, we did get one that did pan out very nicely. $15 minutes before market open was the first drop. Yeah, so let's look at that. Crown brought up a good point. Today, which again, I told myself that I'd be on the computer before 9 o'clock, but we had a ton of technical difficulties here. Let's check out our, Crown says the 15 minute before the open. Let's check out our market structure. He said the 15 had some kind of head and shoulders here before the open. Okay. All right. Let's see what we see on the 15 here. Okay, so we pierced the VWAP here, came up with volume right around 2 a.m. I'm on the 15-minute chart right now. Around 2 a.m., I think that's one of the market opens. I forget who opens up at 2 a.m. Maybe it wasn't. Okay, so then we see the buying coming in. We see here sellers getting absorbed at 2:30. Then we see buyers getting absorbed, and then the buying pressure came in big time with this big volume spike. We came in and we recovered all the imbalances in here. That's usually what happens. We wicked down around 4 a.m. to test these lows, and then there was buyer demand there. So we went right back up with volume. And then we saw here at it looks like the EU Brinks, I think that's right here. At 5:45, we started getting some buyer absorption. So we got buyer absorption here and here, which would have made a perfect setup for a short. We got this, which is pretty good. 639, about a 50-point move, a 40-point move, something like that. And we came back up, ripped through here, no worries. This is London high. And then we came down, had more buyer absorption here, made for a beautiful short. This time we got like 100 points on it probably. Let's see. Yeah, we got about 100 points on that. The low was put in at 8 a.m. and we came up for a breather, came up with a lot of bullish volume. Bulls really did step in here. The buyers are in control this whole way up. But we know when we make a candle like this that we have to fill in these imbalances sooner or later. So now that we made it over here to 845, we see that we're topping out. Our volume is slowing down. Now the sellers are stepping in. And if we go down to our lower time frames, because I like to see what's going on at these peaks, if there's any absorption going on. Okay, no absorption. At least I'm not in the 12. Let me see if there's any absorption on the 6. On a 6 we had a hell of a topping candle though. This is very much a topping candle. Then here at around 9:12 we had this, which is buyers are absorbing sellers. But when you see buyers absorbing sellers at the top of a move, It's kind of like climbing Mount Everest and then trying to still additionally climb some more. What happens is when your buyers are absorbing sellers at the top of a move, a lot of times it leads to buyer exhaustion, which if you look at the next candle, that's what it gave you. It gave you a red candle, which means that on the third candle, you could have entered short here with a stop loss here, even though it's a big stop loss, I know, but they play out like 90% of the time. It's crazy. So you would have got this huge move here. So if I were taking a trade off the open, at 924, I would have gotten short because I would have seen this and I would have gotten short stop loss here and I would have gotten short. That's what I see, Crown. I don't know if that makes sense to you. That's what I see. And I didn't get in on that obviously because I was busy trying to fix my computer. All right, so here was also at 6 a.m. was a good place to get short. It never made it back down here. It never made it back up here. That was an overnight high, I think. I don't think you want to catch this much heat. Been good to take some profits. This would have made for a perfect short in here, guys. Perfect short. On the 6-minute chart, we had buyer absorption here, buy absorption here. You could have entered on this candle or this candle and you would have been nice. That was a really nice move. So where I did take my trade from, I'll show you guys real quick what my thesis was. I'll go to the 12 because the 12s are pretty powerful. Here where we saw here in this candle where we saw the bulls getting absorbed and we came back up into it, I took the short from here and caught most of this move. So that was pretty good, most of that drop. All right, right now the market is very sluggish, guys, very slow. Just keep in mind right before it blows up is usually when it gets really slow and choppy like this. But it was at 9:15 and 3-minute, huh? Sorry, I went on a tangent just now. And you're telling me that it looked like a head and shoulders on the 3 at the open. Probably you're talking about in here. Sorry, dude. I gotta have something that reads me my. Yeah, so at 9 a.m. you did have something that resembled a bit of a head and shoulder. I don't play head and shoulders, but I do use them for confirmation. And this here is really what it is as a topping pattern. So yeah, you had that on the 3, but more importantly than that, Crown, on the 3-minute, what I want to show you, and I know you don't trade volume like I do, but on the 3-minute, I just want to show you how powerful these things are. We had sellers absorbing the buyers here. If you look at the top of this wick, the top of the wick on that candle is at 545. So when this candle came up into 545, it quickly got a rejection. So that means that you could have put a stop here at 545 and rode this thing down. That's your move, and that's really the nail in the coffin. You got the head and shoulder, and then you have this also to confirm that extra strong move down. Make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. All right, we're getting a bit of a little move right now. Little move. Yeah, usually it gets really slow right before it pops. Yeah, now it's looking like it's a little bullish here. The volume and delta is still something I am still fresh on. Yeah, man. One day I'll do a video. I don't know how many views it'll get, but I'll do a video on like very simplified ways of understanding volume, order flow, and absorption. That's really the main thing that drives my trading. Okay, here's another thing I want to show you guys. Look at this. Okay, something else I want to show you. Okay, you see here on the CVD, which is what measures volume, we have a higher low. Here, we have a lower low. So we have a lower low on price. We have a higher low on CVD. That's called a bullish divergence on the CVD. That, my friends, led to a very nice move. Now, I'm too chicken shit. I didn't put my stop loss down here like I should have, like a real man. So I left it up here, so I got stopped out. But if I was paper trading and I didn't care about the loss, I would have definitely put my stop loss down here. Okay, maybe I should have done that. Maybe I need to start trading my account like it was paper. Because if I trade my account like it's paper, I'd probably be doing much, much better. And right now we're getting that breakout crown, just as you suspected. Okay. It's too much noise. I think I'm gonna bail on the CVD on a 3-minute. I think it's too much noise. Yeah, well, Kron, using your best judgment is great, dude. That works. The most important thing, because you can flip a coin and be successful at trading, you just got the proper risk management. That's it, dude. I mean, even if you won 50% of the time, you're going to be killing it with proper risk management, 2 to 1 at least, you know? Risk to reward. Okay, so we got a divergence in here. This also marked out the divergence. Okay. Lower, higher. Just gonna leave it alone. It's got to be quick with these things. He's got to keep an eye open for everything. All right. Okay, the idea that I wanted to see, we still have not seen. I don't know if we will see that. But it looks like right now, or we are starting to really flirt with the idea of breaking out of this channel that we've been kind of stuck in for the last hour or so, or hour or two. This whole little channel in here. Could range, guys. We could really be range bound for majority of the day, with maybe power hour being the deciding factor, where we either sweep down or sweep up. What's up, Angel? Angel says, what do you use to operate? Well, that's it's kind of a loaded question. I think what you mean is like, what do I take my trades off of? Well, I personally take my trades off of order flow and volume. So what I mean by that is that whenever I see buyers absorbing sellers or sellers absorbing buyers, that gives me the signal to go either long or short. I also look at order flow, which is a lot of a really fancy way of saying, do we have sellers that are trapped? Like for instance, when we came down here, we had 700 sellers trapped, which to me is a big red flag, because it's a high amount of volume. It's a volume spike, because if you look at every other level, 700 is not the common number to see being traded in any time frame. So the fact that we have 700 more contracts trapped short of 515 makes me say, well, these sellers are going to get squeezed right now, and that's exactly what's happening. That's what led me to take a long up here, even though I got stopped out a little bit, which is my fault just because I didn't put my stop in the right place. But what we're getting right now is that move that I was expecting up and out of this channel. So if we look back a little bit further, you know, we're pretty hard pressed to find anything with 700 in the volume, you know, as far as being traps shorts. You know, we had a couple here at 540, but 700 was a big, and the fact that we struck liquidity was also very, very big. And if you look at the volume here, the total volume on this candle was 9,000 contracts, over 9,400 contracts. 9,400 contracts being had on this one candle alone on the 12-minute. Meanwhile, our average candle is 4,000, 6,000. You know, this one had 8,000. So we had a lot of volume on here. So volume plus trapped shorts equals a long. We had just won a trade, a big trade on going short. So this one kind of slipped out of my hands at these lower levels. But I would have loved to see a retracement down to the daily open to take that long, but we did not. ES playing around with VWAP too much, making me skeptical. Let's see if we have the same kind of thing going on in VWAP, because anything can happen and anything will happen. So right now it looks like here on this move down, we didn't have as many trap shorts on the ES, which is a little bit but we did have a lot of trap shorts here at 653, but we kind of let them off the hook here with equal lows. So the ES is looking a little different to me. We did have buyer absorption here, which is not good. I'm expecting this to have a hard time finding any higher. So I don't like the ES at all right now for a long. The ES is looking pretty suspect right now for a long. Even though we have a lot of volume in this candle right now, this candle right now has 12,000. Right now this candle closed out with 12,900 contracts, which is a lot more than the previous one here. So something's about to happen, guys. We may get a little fleshy flush. Might get a bit of a fleshy flush. So it could be possible that it's getting very flushy. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it does flush, because we are at the top of that range. Maybe we flush down to daily open. That could be it. Could be the daily open that we flush to. I'd like to see that daily open. See if we can get the daily open. Be good for the soul if we did. All right, we're getting there. It looks like a pretty big push. Sellers are stepping in big time, pretty heavy. There is buyer demand in here, so we got to be careful with that. The more likely move is that we come down to daily open. I saw that buyer absorption developing, so I took it off of that because we're getting also, like Crown said, we're getting the same type of price action on the ES. If you guys may know this or may not know this, but a lot of the same companies that are in Nasdaq are also on the ES, so they move very similar, almost lock and step. Okay, so we're gonna hold it. Hopefully we can take a profit here. We're not gonna mess around with our stop loss just yet. We're gonna let this thing break through the lows here, and if we can break through the lows, then we'll go to break even. We have our take profit right now slightly above the daily open. And we're back. Yeah, it looks like there is some pretty strong buyer demand down here. We could be getting stopped out. That could have been a move that this needed to break out. I would like to see a tap of the daily open. Really would like to see that tap of the daily open. May not get it, but we'll try. Yeah, we're not asking for much here. We're just looking for about 20 points from where we are now, more or less. Our TP is actually just above the daily open on the micros. Currently right now we're up pretty nice on our FTTs, so we're just trying to play some small trades here on the micros and see if we can make more correct trades than incorrect trades. Well, this trade was correct, but I didn't take profit here. So if this can come back and takes us out, then I'll owe 50 more push-ups and we'll be down about 19 bucks. Could have been all the buyer fuel it needed to come down here and grab some stop losses. I would rather grab more stop losses from under here before getting bullish. That's why I took that small little short. I'm expecting this to come down and take out these stop losses, grab the daily open positions, and then go. Quite possibly could be what's going to happen. So we'll immediately be looking for a long after we get the reaction at the daily open. If we see the reaction it gives us, or this thing could go down to close out the gap. You know, right now everyone thinks that this is going to VWAP because it's going to break out. So maybe now is when we go for the gap. Who knows? Who knows? Trying to exercise our hold muscle here, guys. It doesn't get exercised enough. We're letting it do its thing, even though it's a little uncomfortable to see your trade go from green to red. It seems that that's a natural process of what the NQ does. You know, it gives you a little quick wick of red. I'm sorry, of green, and then it comes back to scare you with a little red before it goes massively green. So let's just be patient here and see if we can get ourselves another 20 points, or at least me. Crown thinks that there's a trap coming. Everything is possible. Everything's a trap in the markets. Everything's a trap. Like this could have been a short trap, a bear trap, you know, and I went for it, and maybe it was just a liquidity sweep. Well, I'm expecting it to be a liquidity sweep. I just want it to be a little bit more of a liquidity sweep, but I could be wrong right now. I could be getting taken out because it looks like buyers are stepping in and buyers are creating a bullish divergence. It's like I'm gonna let it take my stop loss just out of principle. Because if I close out early now, I still believe there could be a drop, but could be wrong. Even though the likelihood here is that I do get stopped out, is more of a chance that I get to stop out than for me to get my TP at this moment, because things have changed since the last candle. Buyers have stepped in, and the volume is coming in as well. I'm going to leave my stop loss exactly where it is, and hoping that this is a bit of a trap as well for the bulls, and we get some more range bound movements a little bit down. We'll see if that bet pays off. Right now, I don't like my odds, but it is what it is. If we get the opportunity to... Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Thank you for subscribing. That was awesome of you. Angel, subscribe. Thank you, Angel. You're the man, brother. And you made my little animation play out. I was waiting for somebody to do that. All right, so it looks like I'm about to get stopped out here. Not cool at all. Not cool. Not cool. And yeah, very not cool. Okay, so now it's looking extra hella bullish. I should have taken my profits here when I had the opportunity, but I am an idiot. Okay, we ain't gonna let the oh, I gotta put that down. It's another push-up. Okay, this is looking so crazy bullish right now. Crazy bullish. Good luck to you guys. Should have taken that. Okay, so let's see if we can learn from this. We got the quick bang. We should have taken it right here. That would have been good. Should have gave us like 10 points. It's coming back for more. It's coming back for more. What's going to happen here? My stop loss is just a little bit too tight, it looks like, because it's coming back for more. Oof, that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. See how the sentiment can change so quickly. The logic to take the long is more validated on the 12-minute. Yeah, the 12-minute looks a lot more bullish than the 3-minute does. But remember, the lower time frames bleed into the larger time frames. So yeah, it makes sense for either scenario. You know, we could get the reversal here because we're at the top of the range. We could go up higher here because we've done metal around in this little area for long enough. But I'm still thinking that daily open long is a possibility. That's why I had my short open. That's why I kept it open, because I was expecting this, but I got taken out by a wick. I got taken out by like 1 or 2 ticks, and just to get this move, man, that sucks. I should have had my stop loss up here. That would have been fine. That's what I get for being a little girl. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Yeah, this price action is garbage stuff for real, because look at all these wicks, man. Look at these wicks. This is just meant to stop people out left and right. You used a $1,000 stop loss? That's you got some balls on you, man. That's pretty big. You know what you could do with $1,000, dude? You can get like 5 prop firm accounts with $2,500 in drawdown. So you can get over 10 grand in drawdown, 12,000 drawdown for $1,000, if that's what you're doing. Yeah, Crown. I mean, that's good, Crown. I mean, if you're using a big stop loss like that, but your take profit has to be much bigger too. And you got to really stick by it. Like if I was to take a 30-point stop loss, like if I would have taken it from here all the way to this candle, my take profit definitely has to be at least 60 points. So if I've got the balls to hold through all this and get up, 60 points, then, but I could never really take any trades earlier. I mean, take profits earlier than that on a regular, because then I'm the times that I do get stopped out, they're going to be bigger losses than my average wins. So you got to be really methodical about that. If you're really going to do that, you really have to do that across the board and not take profits early. Yeah, now she wants to come down. Crown, you got some balls, brother. $1,000 stop loss. Don't get me wrong, I've lost 1,000 on a stop loss as well. But that's because I kept pushing my stop losses down and I didn't want to take the L. That hurts. Friday was a prime example. She went 700 against you, but ran for 4K. Yeah, that's the thing, man. If you're gonna use a big stop loss, you gotta take the big win. You got to. In your head, it might make sense to be like, oh no, I should just take profits now. But that's when it might work out for you in that instance, in that moment. But if you do that consecutively over and over on your trades, then your risk to reward isn't really 2 to 1. And then your losses, you don't cut your losses early. Usually people don't cut their losses early. So if you don't cut your loss early, then you start to get this really bad ratio. All right, we're getting major buyer absorption right now on the 12-minute. We had it on the 3, kind of disappeared, but the 12s are pretty strong. All right, so let's do that, brother. You're trying to keep it at 500 and aim for a 2K. So that's 1 to 4. That's a very bold ratio. And if you can do 1 to 4, even though you won't win as many trades as 1 to 2 would, your winners will take care of your losses. And what I will tell you is I've been doing some research. Even over the weekend, I did some crunching some more. And if you're able to catch the bottom or the top of a day, you're going to get at minimum 100 points in your direction. As a matter of fact, I have the spreadsheet up here. And what I'll tell you is that out of like 5 months that I've surveyed already, there's only been 3 instances when we've gotten 50 to 75 points. 16 instances where we've gotten 70 to 100 points, and there's been 18 instances that we've gotten 100 to 125, and then the rest of the days have been way more than 100 and even up to 800 in one instance. So the majority of the time, 200 to 250 points, 32 times that happened. So really, we start to get that bell curve. We start to get that kind of like swoosh going up at the 100 mark. So what that told me was that there's 100 points in every trading day. If you can catch the top or the bottom of a reversal, there is 100 points. And I'm not just saying that out of wishful thinking. The numbers that I've crunched are saying it. I'm not saying it. The numbers are. Let me see if I can bring up that spreadsheet for you guys. We're getting buyer absorption here, guys. Might be making for a decent short. Hold on, guys. All right, let me see. Right now we're getting that dump. We saw that developing. Should have expected it. Maybe we get the bounce from the daily open. Keep our eyes open, guys. Getting that absorption right now. Buyers absorbing sellers. Three-minute chart, 8:33 candle, and 10:42. $8.33 and 10:42. Check out the 10:42 candle. Yeah, definitely. You see that topping candle, right? It's on in hindsight. But you can see by the shape of the candles, a lot of times it tells you. And not only that, Crown, but you see all these imbalances in here? We came back to fill the majority of those imbalances in the 8:33. 8:33? Oh, you're talking about here? Oh. Yeah, brother, it happens. Looking like this thing wants to keep trending. Wants to keep trending. Okay. I think you guys can see this on the screen. Let's see if we're live here. Okay. So on the screen, you guys, let me move this over for some of you. My camera's dead. I'm gonna have to fix that in a sec. But more importantly than my camera being dead, let me show you guys these stats. So green to red or red to green between 9:30 to 4 p.m. on 5-minute candles, right? So we got the majority of the time we go over 100 points when we go from red. You can see here on our Trendyol indicator down here, when we go from red to green or green to red, which is basically like the move throughout the day. And sometimes we get it once, sometimes we get it multiple times. So there's only been 3 instances in which we've gotten less than 75 points. And there's been 16 instances that we got 75 to 100 points. But then 100 to 125, we got it 18 times. We got a 125 to 150, 21 times, 150 to 175, 16 times. So as you can see, the majority of the times it goes over 100 points in either direction. So not holding something 100 points is pretty, I don't want to say call it irresponsible. I mean, there's different ways of trading. Like I trade my FTT account different than I trade my Webull account. I try to hold with my Webull account for longer moves. But this just goes to show you that there is 100 points in almost every trading day. There's only been like 1 or 2 trading days that I looked over the last 5 months did not have at least 100 points. Very, very crazy stats. Let me change the battery on the camera, guys. All right, gents. All right, gents, looks like we're getting that seller absorption. I mean, buyer absorption. I'm going to take one last little sell. All right, we're going to take this. Oh, wrong. We're in the wrong asset. You know, that just set me back a few minutes, a few seconds. All right. There's the last trade. I don't know if we're going to bounce from the daily open, but if we don't, 509, 510. Hopefully we get that quick little jump and drop and then be done for the day on here on the Webull. We'll see, guys. We'll see. Could be completely wrong. The daily open could be hella support. Phoenix wants to know, how am I able to see absorption with just using the candlesticks? Well, I've color coded my candlesticks in order to be able to see when bulls are absorbing or bears are absorbing. So for instance, this purple candle right here in the 3-minute and this whole 12-minute candle was just also purple, signified that buyers were getting absorbed by sellers, even though price was the delta was going up, price is coming down. So that's what I'm seeing. That's what I was seeing. So that's why I took the short. Now I know there's a very good possibility that we could get some buyer pressure here at the daily open, but I'm willing to take that chance because I saw the absorption not only on the 3-minute candles, but I also saw it on the 12-minute candle. So I'm gonna keep my position open right now. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. But I'm thinking it's gonna go in this direction at least for a little bit, maybe to slightly below the daily open, or if we get a quick move down, quick flush down, we could test the bottom of this wick here. So we'll see. Even though there is a lot of buyer demand here, I could be completely wrong. 520 might be more of a level to keep your eye on here. 520, as a matter of fact, 520 could be a level because 515 is going to be defended in my opinion. So we'll see. We'll see here, guys. We'll see. Buyers coming back in. So am I going to get taken out again? Okay. Yeah, looks like it. Looks like it. Buyers are getting strong. My idea to go long at the daily open. Oh man. Oh man. Do I have one more in me? I have one more. Yeah. Buyers that come in at the daily open, as expected. Looks like they've made a mockery out of me. Came up with the quickness. They came back in with the quickness. They're defending that 515 level by all means. At 515, they do not want that price to come back there. Sellers are here though, man. Sellers are here. I know they're here. Right here around this high volume nodes. And yeah. They don't seem to care too much. They're heading up. Phoenix, if you want to use the same type of candle setup with the absorption, it shows you the absorption. If you use TradingView, you can use an indicator called CVD, CVD something, CVD chart, and you can color code it however you like. I'm telling you guys, I really believe in that short. I just keep getting stopped out at the wrong place. Angel wants to know what other indicators do I use. So I use just mostly indicators to measure volume. So the indicator that I just spoke about right now was the CVD indicator, which is cumulative volume delta. So it's basically a volume indicator. And then we have the VPVR in here, this pink little cluster, where this basically shows you where most of the price has transacted, at what price range, at what level. Oh man, now we're getting that short again. Oh man, I'm telling you guys, I believe in this short, but I got stopped out. It was not cool. I only got stopped out by a little bit. I should have kept my stop loss up here. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm using the VPVR obviously, and we have the VWAP, which everyone should use as volume weighted average price, which is this green line here. I use this thing down here, which is kind of like an RSI. It also shows you when something's oversold and overbought. And I have one other indicator called Trader's Reality, which tells you when you have a lot of volume in the candles. So as you can see, these pink candles, these green, I have green candles in here, like really bright green candles. Maybe not today. All right, like here, there's a really bright green candle that shows you a lot of volume on the way up. The pink ones show you a lot of volume on the way down. And the lighter greens are lighter volume, but still stronger than normal. And the light pink ones are a lot of volume on the way down, but less than these. So basically, everything's volume on my end. Everything's kind of volume based. And then I use order flow, which is the footprint charts that you guys may have seen me use before. I don't use depth of market, and I don't use bookmap just yet, for a couple of reasons. Just because there's a lot of spoofing, and a lot of those levels that you see on there end up getting taken out. So I use this because this shows you where transactions actually happened, right? So seeing something like this is more like looking at receipts versus looking at orders that can get moved. So that's why I keep it pretty simple with stuff that I can, measure. You can measure volume. You can't measure, potential levels that may not never get there. I hope that makes sense, Angel. So Phoenix, you use NT8 Ninja Trader. Is that what that is? I really think they're going to defend the daily open, and I think they're going to defend the 515 level. I really do. We'll see what happens here, but I really do think they're going to defend that level. So maybe this is my opportunity to go long, like I said earlier. Really think they'll defend 515, but at the same time, they've got that gap down there that could be really juicy for the sellers, for the bears. They may really want that gap. I think buyers want to step in. See, right now, this yellow candle is telling me that buyers are absorbing sellers. Right? So what I do with these is I let them close out, and I like to see what the next candle does. I feel like right now we're getting a really nice push. See if they can hold that. And if buyers are strong enough to hold it, then we might be seeing a leg up. But as you can see, it's a pretty strong reaction to the downside that we had there. And if we close this candle with this big of a wick, that's bad news for the bulls. No bueno for the bulls. And wow, yeah, there is major selling in here, guys. Look at this 15-minute candle. This whole thing was bullish absorption. This whole candle on the 15-minute was bullish absorption. So we could be seeing this rejection right now. This candle could end up being exhaustion. This could be the top where you can put a stop loss. So my short idea up here is still valid, even though I got stopped out. It still looks pretty valid from what I'm seeing. But just there's a lot of mixed bag in here. You can make an argument for either one. That's all I try to do, is just make an argument for both. Which one's more likely? Is it more likely that we screw the sellers that are trapped down here at 515 and we go up? Or is it better for us to screw all the people who think we're going to get a bounce? We've got trap buyers up here. I'm sure we do, because you see this yellow candle. That tells you that buyers were trapped there because buyers went strong. And here we have the drop. Here we confirm that drop. So here I think we're going to confirm another drop is what I'm thinking. So a short might be actually the real trade here. I'm going to try selling again. Even though we're at the bottom of that range, I'm going to try selling again. See if we can get a decent entry. All right, I like where my stop loss is. So I'm gonna hope to get a couple points here. If I can get it at 509, that's exactly more or less where our wick is on this last move. So if we can get that move, then I'll be happy. But I think that's where we're going. Hopefully this trade brings us home. So far, so good. I think that last candle is going to lead to buyer exhaustion, and here we got the seller absorption. I'm sorry, the buyer absorption. Okay. It's good reverse, but we don't know. I'm taking a chance here on this move, but this move could be pretty strong if we do get it. If not, we'll be fine. All right, we're starting to get that strong move down. Hopefully the daily open is not going to hold, at least for now. Okay, it's looking very strong now for the bears. I was just a little early to that last trade, but it looks like we are coming down maybe a little bit. We took the liquidity under the daily open, which is always good fuel for the bulls. But maybe she wants some more, because remember, if at 515 we have a lot of trapped sellers. So they're going to have to become buyers if that's where their stop losses are. They're going to have to become buyers. So we can get a pretty strong reaction from 515. But if we come down with some strength, we may be able to tap me out at 509, and then it might come up. So let's see. Let's see right now, guys. Just looking for a quick move down, and then we'll be out of your hair, NQ. We'll be out of here. We'll go upon our way. Okay, starting to get that move down, a little stronger. Looking a little stronger. Looking a little stronger. All right, all right. All right, all right. She's looking good. She's looking good. We're at 519. Can we get past 515 without any trouble? Can we get past 515 without any trouble? All right, let's see. We're almost there, 515. 515 has a lot of trap sellers. Oh, we're there now. We're getting there now. I have a feeling that this might be pretty violent here, guys. It's going to get pretty violent. It's going to get pretty violent in either direction. So if we have a quick drop down, I really don't feel like taking another L here. So I'm going to move the break even here. We get this quick move down. It would be nice. And if we go up, we get stopped. We just get stopped out. Really do think they're protecting 515 right now. So maybe we should have taken profits on this. But if we do get the quick drop down, it'll be nice. It looks like sellers are really battling for that 515 level. Can the sellers do it though? Can the sellers come in with some real numbers and just overpower the buyers here? I think they can, but remember guys, 515 we get there, there's a whole bunch of trapped sellers that become buyers. They might be actually taking, they might actually be getting out of their positions now. Yeah, so that might be it. It was worth a shot. But that was a great place to get long from, though. Because they are defending that like no one's business. Okay. Alrighty-roo. Maybe now we go up. Yeah, still don't believe the up is the move just yet, but we'll see. All right, gents, if you guys are new here, please consider subscribing, hit the notification bell, give me a like if you like our analysis so far. And I do have to go pick up my daughter, guys, or my daughters from school. So it was good being here with you guys today trading. We had a great day. We did 10,000. We did 10,000 with FTT, a little over 10,000 with FTT. And we had fun here with our micros. I think we're just down a couple bucks. On our micros, we're down 47 bucks, but we can make that back up in one trade. I do have to go, but I wish you guys all the best of luck. Thank you for being here. If you're new, consider subscribing. Thank you, guys. Take care, and yeah, I'm out of here. I wish I could stay longer, though, guys, but not today.